Peace to everybody, back with another video. This is actress Paula Kelly, dead at 77. And as you can see here is Paula Kelly, who had passed away. Actress, singer, and dancer Paula Kelly passed away over the weekend. She was 77. According to the Los Angeles Ebony Repertory Theater, Kelly died as a result of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Yeah, so Paula Kelly had passed away over the weekend. She was 77 years old, and this was according to the Los Angeles Ebony Repertory Theater. She died as a result of a chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. One of the most visible African American actors of the 1970s, Kelly appeared in several films and starring alongside some of the biggest names in Hollywood, including the Andromeda Strain, Soylent Green, and Uptown Saturday Night. Playing alongside Sidney Poitier, she also choreographed with Michael Kidd on BBC's 1976 presentation of Peter Pan. Yeah, so she was one of the most visible African American actresses of the 1970s. She did appear in several films, starring alongside some of the biggest names in Hollywood, including the Andromeda Strain, Soylent Green, and Uptown Saturday Night. And as you can see here is where she has started out at. In 1964, Paula Kelly made her Broadway debut in the musical Something More as Mrs. Veloz. The play was directed by Jewel Stein and starred Barbara Cook and Arthur Hill. The entertainer would later share the stage on Broadway with Morgan Freeman in The Dozens. Yeah, so she made her way to Broadway in 1964. It was the debut of the musical Something More as Miss Veloz. The play was directed by Jewel Stein and starred Barbara Cook and Arthur Hill. She would later share the stage on Broadway with Morgan Freeman in The Dozens. Kelly got her breakthrough role as Helen in Bob Fosse's 1969 feature film debut, Sweet Charity, co-starring with Shirley MacLaine and Chita Rivera. She had previously played the role of Helene on stage in London's West End. And so she got her breakthrough role as Helene in Bob Fosse's 1969 feature film debut, Sweet Charity. So that's what she had in 1969. She's also co-starring with Shirley MacLaine and Chita Rivera. She had previously played the role of Helene on stage in London's West End. And of course, as you can see here, Sanford and Son. Well, of course, you got Red Fox and Hill. Something when play Lamont. Paula Kelly appeared in numerous television classics such as Sanford and Son, Medical Center, The Streets of San Francisco, The Richard Pryor Show, The Carol Burnett Show, Kojak, Golden Girls, Mission Impossible, Hill Street Blues, and Santa Barbara. And she has played a lot in a lot of television classics, and that is a lot that she was in. A two-time Emmy nominee, Paula Kelly received a nod for Best Supporting Actress for portraying public defender Liz Williams on NBC's Night Court in 1984 and again in 1989 for her role as Teresa on the ABC miniseries The Woman at Brewster Place, which also starred Oprah Winfrey. Robin Givens, Paul Winfield, Leon, and Cicely Tyson. Yeah, so she was a two-time Emmy nominee. She had received a nod for Best Supporting Actress for portraying public defender Liz Williams on NBC's Night Court in 1984 and again in 1989. She also was in The Women of Brewster Place, which also starred Oprah Winfrey, Robin Givens, Paul Winfield, Leon, and Cicely Tyson. Born in Jacksonville, Florida, but grew up in the Sugar Hills section of Harlem, Kelly, the daughter of a jazz musician, attended the Fiorello H. LaGuardia High School of Music and Arts and studied under famed choreographer Martha Graham at the Juilliard School of Music, where she majored in dance. Yeah, so she was born in Jacksonville, Florida, but she grew up in Sugar Hill section of Harlem. She was also the daughter of a jazz musician, attended the Fiorello H. LaGuardia High School of Music and Art, and studied under famed choreographer Martha Graham at the Juilliard School of Music, where she majored in dance. So she had danced at the Music and Arts. She performed as a soloist for major dance companies including Donald McKayle, Martha Graham, and Alvin Ailey. Kelly sometimes worked as an assistant choreographer on television musical specials such as Sammy and Friends, starring Sammy Davis Jr. So she has performed as a soloist for major dance companies. So, and and also there was including Donald McKayle, Martha Graham, and Alvin Ailey. She was sometimes worked as an assistant choreographer on television musical specials such as Sammy and Friends. And of course that one was starring Sammy Davis Jr. And as you can see here is Paula Kelly in this beautiful gown. The tall, lithium-sun dancer married British film director, writer, and producer Don Chaffee in 1985. He passed away in 1990. So she was married to British film director, writer, and producer Don Chaffee in 1985. But then, of course, unfortunately, he passed away in 1990. Paula Kelly died at a nursing facility in Whittier, California, and is survived by her Aunt Pearl McKay. George Parkinson, her partner of 17 years, nephew Lehman Brockett, and niece Dina McCarthy. A celebration of her life is scheduled to be held in Los Angeles at the Nate Holden Performing Arts Center. Further details will be announced on later date. So she died at a nursing facility in Whittier, California, and she is survived by her Aunt Pearl McKay, George Parkinson, her partner of 17 years, her nephew Lehman Brockett, and her niece Dina McCarthy. A celebration of her life is scheduled to be held in Los Angeles at the Nate Holden Performing Arts Center. Further details will be announced at later dates. So yeah, my condolences to her family and her friends who have loved her so much. Leave your comments below. I am out.